Been a long week.
Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Thursday night's kind of like, let's try to relax a little bit. We'll laugh a little bit. That's what I think is the best method because it's been a long week, and tomorrow will be a dump of a bunch of a bunch of news like they always do on Friday afternoons. Representative Michael Cloud posted for reference, this is how we vote in the U.S. House. Insert photo ID, vote. That's pretty cool. Looks really that's pretty technical. It's interesting though how you'd have to put, someone made a comment that you'd have to put, that means that the Democrats, whoever voted against the SAVE Act, actually put an ID in so that they could vote against it. That's kind of interesting, I think. I think it's ironic. I saw somebody said something in the Stop it. Let me do that. We'll hit this one more. Mute it. We're gonna get it together eventually, man. Thursday night's the rough one. Thursday night's the rough show. That's the one where we're just, so, oh my gosh. Oh, it's been a long day. Here we are. So anyway, I did see a thing I wanted to bring up, just something I saw on Beck, him talking about. I wanted to research it. I haven't had a chance to get to it, but I did want to bring it up. Maybe someone out there heard about it. The Mexican cartel drones that crossed into American airspace and were, quote, quickly disabled. This is in El Paso. So the government drew a 10-mile circle over El Paso and said, quote, nothing flies under 18,000 feet and nothing was allowed to land. The reason was given was special security reasons. Ooh. They shut the airport down for 10 days. A Trump official told Fox News that the lockdown came in response to Mexican cartel drones that crossed into American airspace and, quote, quick action was taken to disable them. Interestingly enough, Fort Bliss is close by, and it is the, quote, rapid deployment for joint mobilization forces, unquote. I wonder if this has something to do with Iran. Conspiracy theorists unite. Everybody get ready for your conspiracy theories. It could be about Iran. Maybe they're getting people over there. They're getting ready. Maybe they're mobilizing people to head down south across the border and handle their cartels in Mexico. Man, that would freak some people out. We definitely need to keep our eyes on it. I could not find any information about any troops being deployed. So it looks like we're going to have to do the crazy thing and wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to talk a little bit about illegal immigration. I'm going to get to Pam Bondi. My thoughts on Pam Bondi might surprise a few people.
I was going to say, I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on her, but I have a couple.
Yeah. But illegal immigration is kind of like, it's kind of like how the left will put stories into the bloodstream. Like, take the Biden administration imports illegals by the millions, knowing full well removing those illegal aliens will be messy. It's going to be really ugly to get rid of those illegal aliens. I imagine going basically, counting on the fact that like past presidents were unwilling to do the ugly work and just allowed them to remain. That's probably the game plan. That's probably the expectation that the left had when they brought all those people in. But Trump is not like past presidents. And now the illegals are actually being removed. And it's ugly. It is ugly. You can't, there's no two ways about it. It's an ugly situation. It's a necessary one, but it's an ugly one. And the only play the left has now is to focus on the ugly, as they often do, and try to spin legal and necessary law enforcement work as evil. Gestapo, Trump's private army, Hitler, etc., etc. They'll focus on short videos of removals that turn emotional or ugly. Then they amplify the narrative that they really created the need for themselves. A lot of times politicians in general are like an arsonist who goes and sets a fire and then comes back and tries to be the one who saves the house. They never mention things like how Tom Homan had reported today that Trump's Gestapo located 3,364 missing unaccompanied children in Minnesota. I'll bring that up.
In addition to taking public safety threats off the street, ICE here in this state have located 3,364 missing unaccompanied alien children. Children that the last administration lost and weren't even looking for.
Aren't even looking
That's
for.
because of the leadership of President Trump, these children were located. In addition to taking public safety threats off the street,
3,000. I mean, that you don't hear that anywhere. I guarantee you, most people on the left who watch leftist-based,
ICE
leftist-leaning
here
news sources aren't going to hear about that. They're not going to hear about it. That's how they stay that way. That's how they stay sheep. Yeah. Immigration was like one of the main reasons why Trump was reelected.
Now,
I need to get my clips together here, guys. You got to bear with me. Faith, if you have anything you want to say, feel free. She likes when I put her on the spot.
I love it. What was the comment I was just laughing at? Everything that the Republicans say is a lie.
Everything?
I think that's funny. Everything? I don't know.
So,
That's funny. Okay.
it's pretty easy
I'm not going to say
disprove.
some of it might not be. And some of it might not be on the other side too. But come on now. You can't think that everything from every one person is a lie. But I don't know. Maybe you do think that.
anybody, I think it's probably.
There we go. Okay, I found the clip finally. Sorry.
That's just.
All right, go.
Representative Nadler was sleeping at this hearing. That's him there, sleepy time during the hearing with Pam Bondi.
During most of this hearing, we're screaming back and forth. He appeared to be asleep. And finally, he suddenly woke up and he asked, I think it's probably the only worthwhile question of his entire career.
How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
First, you showed it. I find it.
How many have you
Oh.
indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question
How?
the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to answer the
theatrics are
question the way I
ridiculous.
asked it. How
Chairman
many have you
Jordan, I'm
indicted?
not going to get in the gutter with these people.
Yeah, you know, as much as I hate Democrats, it was a good question. And the
Was.
answer is zero. This should not be a partisan issue. In America, we throw pedophiles in jail or wood chippers, period.
Should be.
Did we get any more answers? No, we got this stupid 1-800 number. Today's hearing made this a bigger story because parts of this are still being covered up, and America is not stupid. She should have just shown up with like a list of people like, hey, here's who we're charging today. I'm hard on her because America needs Donald Trump to succeed. He does. If Donald Trump doesn't succeed, if Pam Bondi doesn't,
That's when he kind of goes off the partisan rails. But so Pam Bondi, first of all, Jerry Nadler sleeping. Come on. Why are we still doing this? And then there, I don't even know if I put it out, but there was a video of him showing up at a protest today, being helped along by some of his people. He couldn't even really walk on his own. No, I didn't have it. He couldn't really walk on his own. Whatever. Term limits might be a good idea. Hey, Pam Bondi. How do I put this? Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi is an embarrassment. The whole time through the hearings, she was like triggered or angry and emotional. I have another clip here. And emotional and just ineffective as far as I'm concerned. Not measured like you need to be in those situations. She was triggered. She made MAGA, she made Republicans, conservatives, MAGA, she made them look bad.
I could have finished my answer.
Well,
There were more than
I'm
500
just-
attorneys and reviewers who
Okay.
assisted
All right, okay.
with the. They asked the question and they don't want an answer.
That answers my question,
Congressman,
ma'am.
the
The
protection of all
identity
victims
of the victims
are
is
protected.
so very
You are
important.
protected under. Do you want me to answer or do you want to interrupt? I believe Wexner's name was listed more than 4,000 times.
Yeah, I already told you that.
Can
This
I
is
fin-
where he's listed as a
Can I
co-conspirator.
finish?
To be fair, when Massey said that, she said he was on there actually 4,000 times. Massey says, "I told you that." He actually didn't. He had told her 400, so she was correcting that. And he didn't really need to jump down her throat. But
Name was listed more than 4,000 times.
Yeah, I already told you that.
Can
This
I
is
fin-
where he's listed as a
Can I
co-conspirator.
finish my answer? Come on, let me finish my answer. We corrected that within 40
Attorney General
minutes.
of the United
He was
States of
already,
America.
you're acting like everybody's trying to cover up Wexner's name.
reclaiming-
He was
reclaiming
listed
my
over- I'm going
time.
to answer this question.
Reclaiming my time.
He
It's-
was,
Mr.
this
Chairman.
isn't how this works. Chairman,
Because I
may I
have
give my
another
answer
question.
on that?
Here's
It's a
the
political
question.
joke, and I need to give my answer
Yeah,
on that.
these are obviously improper redactions.
And let me
to
stop for a
protect-
minute.
I'm talking. I'm
If they're not
talking.
privileged,
that's Dan Goldman. He is literally one of the dumbest men in Congress, all of Congress.
let me
to
stop for a
protect-
minute.
I'm talking. I'm
If they're not
talking.
privileged,
Quiet.
don't yell at me. If they're not
Mr. Chairman, would you
privileged-
stop the
Even though
clock?
you
This is on your
use-
time. It's not on Mr.
If they're
Goldman.
not
Even though you
privileged,
used your
we review them,
improper
and they're not-
redactions.
You'll like my answer.
I worry that you are playing fast and loose with our nation.
Well, I just gave you
And let me
testimony
just
here.
say, I just want to conclude
Good.
by
Yeah, but I just gave you
Contrast.
testimony of how well things are moving forward, not as fast
yeah,
as
but
everybody
you
would like.
also said
So
that in 6 or 9 months, if things don't go well, you're going to have to do something else. And the president's already said that he's not ruled out the military option. And you've also just said that, yes, we are at war. The president has
But
wartime
every
powers.
president retains
So
the power to use military to
reasonable for me
protect.
to ask you,
And I gave you a very specific example. Every president retains the right to defend the United States against an imminent threat. Yes, if there are just give you an example, Iranian drones deployed in Venezuela that could threaten the United States, we most certainly will address that, even if it's located in Venezuela. But we hope we don't get to that point. We don't expect to get to
I
that
don't
point.
think that-
We're not trending in that direction. That's a fact.
Yeah, I'll always be honest about stuff like that. I'm not a partisan guy. I want the right to look good and do well, but if they don't, then I'm going to say something about it. Because we need to keep ourselves accountable. If we don't, then we start going off the rails. We start looking like the left. We don't want to look like the left. We need a comedy break real quick. What do you think? Or should we keep going?
Keep going.
Pam Bondi is pretty much an embarrassment. I just don't know. I'm gonna do the comedy thing because I'm gonna switch. We're switching topics anyway, and this is pretty funny. I think we should do this with the kids, babe. Babe, can we make this work? They have rubber chickens. They have rubber chickens tied to their feet. Oh, that's funny. Is it not funny?
I'm not sure what the purpose is.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Really
think it's
funny.
like some other countries, like some kind of a game or something. I don't really know. They're hiding from him. He has a blindfold on, so they have to hide from him to not get hit. But they have rubber chickens strapped to their feet so he can hear him walking and stuff. I don't know. I guess it's a bust.
I mean, it is to me.
I can always count on you to be honest with me. That's all right. I'll try harder next time. We'll get back to it. Jeez, oh man. I've been going through a lot of I wouldn't say a lot of Epstein files. I'm finding a lot of interesting pictures. I want to do a little research on some of them to find out who some of the people in them are. But I have been going through them, and I did find something interesting that you might want to search up if you're out there looking it up. Is that I found a passport, and I saw them later on the news as well. That he went by an alias on a passport from 1982 to 1983 as Marius Robert Fortinelli from the Republic of Austria. That was interesting. Why the different names and stuff. And then I wanted to talk
'Cause he's
too.
a creep. Oh, sorry.
Oh, now you just derailed. You derailed the whole show. It's all derailed now. I was going so smooth until that. Unbelievable. What'd you think of Bad Bunny? Now that we got you pinned down on the microphone, sweetheart.
Me?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you.
I honestly have not watched the whole thing still.
Okay.
I think that number one, the first thing that I noticed, because I'm a little bit, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm not super into the NFL and I'm not super into politics. I'm just kind of in between. But the first thing that I noticed is that on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, wasn't anybody talking about the game. They were talking about these halftime shows. The other thing that I think is funny, whatever, but the left is out there saying the right is big crybabies. They had to create their own halftime show, blah, blah, blah. And my thoughts on that are, well, what's the difference between another concert going at the same time and Grey's Anatomy being on at the same time? So there was just something else on. Like, it doesn't have to be a big deal either to me. Some people, obviously, it's a big deal to everybody else, apparently. But I haven't watched it because I don't understand what he's saying and I don't know his music. I knew Kid Rock and most of the music over there, so I watched that one. So I don't care that there was a second halftime show. I was glad because I was able to watch something that I enjoyed. But if Kid Rock hadn't done his, I probably would have still watched the Bad Bunny one. The only thing I'm gathering from it afterwards, it just seemed very sexual, and I feel that way about anybody. That I was just like, ugh. I don't like how they sexualize women all the time. I think, a performance is great. I understand that it's all a show. Like, I get that part of it, that they're performing. So I get that part of it. But I just don't like all the sexualization in everything. It's in everything. It wasn't just that. But the little bits that I've seen of it, the clips that I've seen here and there is two guys grinding on each other. The girls walking around with tank tops and little, it just was all sexual. So I personally wasn't a fan of it because of that. And I didn't know what he was
but
saying.
that's family values. What is not family values about two dudes grinding on each other? Isn't that family values in the 2026s?
The 2026.
Is that not? I thought that was.
To me, it's just because I'm sitting there with my children watching it. Maybe if I was in a bar with a bunch of adults, I wouldn't be so like, oh gosh, putting my head down. But because I'm watching it as a family thing and whatnot, I'm just like, it's just so, everything's so sexual. That's what I mean. I'm not even pinning it down to that one show. But the couple clips that I saw of it, like I said, I haven't watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
But the couple clips that I saw of it, that was my first take, was why is everything so sexual? And I didn't understand, again, didn't watch the whole thing, so maybe there's relevance there. I didn't understand the point of the people dancing on top of the electric poles.
I think it's because Puerto Rico can't support its own grid, and so they always have power outages and have to fix it and stuff. I think Puerto Rico is kind of, they have their problems. Like, they have issues with where they put their garbage and all that stuff too. This is Roger Goodell during the Bad Bunny show. He doesn't look real happy. He's the NFL commissioner. He hasn't looked real super excited. I don't see him dancing or anything. Hey, look what he's looking at. Wholesome family entertainment. Yeah, get some of that family entertainment there. Get some. That's family right there. Don't you think so? Yeah, they were grinding on each other as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, last year's halftime show, it wasn't very family either. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not necessarily. It's the sexualization that bothers me, I guess. The showing of the people grinding on each other, and we're not at a nightclub. I get it. When you're at a nightclub, if that's what you want to do, cool. It's just, to me, that the family, like you said, the family atmosphere, that I was just like, I'm just not a fan. And last year, I don't think it was so family either, but it wasn't as sexualized.
Right. It was just boring. His grandma didn't like it.
Who is this man? Golly. He can't sing. I mean, like, what is this? Golly. This is ridiculous.
I'm going to read through the
They got
lyrics.
the American flag and all these other flags. And yeah, God bless you too. Get off the stage. Please get off the stage. Get off. Put the game back on. I can't stand this. Tell me that.
Can't say she's wrong. Can't say I disagree. I don't know. I don't really care. It's a private event, you know. You can do what you want, you know what I mean? But don't hate on another group for. I was just scrolling past this. I got to show it. Don't hate on another group for having their own thing. Do you remember when Kamala Harris was at a campaign rally and she supposedly got a phone call from some supporter or something like that? And then she made the mistake of holding her phone up to the audience. I don't know if you'll catch this, if you remember this one.
You did, thank you.
I don't know if you can tell right there, but she's supposed to be talking to somebody on the phone, but on her phone, the camera's on. See that? So she accidentally accidentally left the camera thing on. She should never have picked her phone up. You know, whatever. It's not a big deal, but I was just going past that and thought that was kind of funny from back in the day. But yeah, as far as the Bad Bunny thing goes, I mean, it's a private event. You can have who the heck you want. I don't have a problem with who they picked or how any of that stuff. But don't give hate to other groups just for having their own thing. They're not trying to shut you down. That's the left tactics, right? So let's just try to stay away from the left's tactics. I'm trying to find another clip over here. We'll get there. Oh, there's this one. How about this guy? We're talking about ICE and stuff. We're all over the place today. You're just going to have to deal with it. That's all there is to it.
So Waltz is saying he expects, Operation Metro
Guy's
Surge to
back.
end in a couple of days. But let me remind you that right now we are following a convoy of ICE vehicles going to a.
Let me fill you in a little bit on the world of a protester, okay? So this guy, William Kelly, who's a traveling protester, paid protester that goes across the country, has been seen in a couple different cities now, yada, yada, yada. He was one of the ones that stormed that church in Minneapolis with Don Lemon and all them. So he got arrested and he went to jail and he got out and whatever. I guess he's waiting for his case and all that stuff. And he got like $100,000 in donations while he was in jail, because that kind of thing will get you a lot of donations. Get arrested, go to jail. Now you're gonna get some donations. Whatever. It's the same Jake Lang stuff. Get a little blood coming from the back of your head, and that's like $20,000 right there in hospital bills that you can grift for. But anyway, so he did that. Now the money's starting to dwindle. The ICE is kind of falling out of the news a little bit. Minneapolis donations start to dry up. That money disappears pretty quick. So he's starting to worry now a little bit, and you'll see it in his voice that donations are going to dry up, and you got to keep relevant. You got to stay out there and be relevant. Remind the people constantly how you're out there fighting for them by following people around and beeping horns and blowing
Whistles. Don't forget the whistles.
whistle. Oh, he won't. He'll
Dug people off the streets. This is not over. Keep up the pressure. Keep it up now, because this is the most important time. They're voting on Friday on whether or not to keep funding for them.
Black Expedition, and right in front of me is a Subaru 9 Frank George Ralph 607. The
Once we confirm
what's wrong with that? Why are you laughing at that guy? Why are you laughing at him?
If you guys don't know, this is a new show to me when I watch too.
Why are you laughing at that guy? That guy, that's how you fight tyranny right there. That's the whistle. That's like tyranny's kryptonite. Tyrants run in fear of the whistle. I'm not going to play it if you're going to laugh at him. That's not fair. He's fighting for freedom, babe. He's fighting for you and me.
Woo.
The ex.
Once we confirmed that those vehicles were ICE, we simply blew whistles and honked our horns to inform the local community that the Gestapo is here to kidnap them. And we continued to follow them until they got on the highway and left. We may have saved a family today. I don't know, but we're doing our fucking part.
What a hero.
Or you may have hurt a family because you're leaving some wacko on the streets. But whatever. That doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Try to help those guys get away. I like how he says
the Gestapo is here to kidnap.
The Gestapo is here to kidnap. Don't forget the narrative is starting to fall away because the American people are seeing they're seeing it, right? They're seeing the hate thrown at ICE to get the people motivated to fight ICE. That's all falling away, but he has to stay at it because he has to stay on the edge of super controversial and illegal. He has to be right on that edge to keep those donations coming in.
And we continued to follow them until they got on the highway and left. We may have saved a family today. I don't know, but we're doing our fucking part, as should you.
I don't have clapping sounds, or I would play them for that guy right now. What a hero. What a hero. It's amazing. It's amazing that people can be so strong. Like these heroes. More heroes. We'll get back to Bad Bunny in a minute, where I'm gonna do a little performance of some of his lyrics from the Super Bowl. So just have to stay tuned for that little concert we're gonna do here. It's gonna be a first, probably a last. Signs of fascism. Note the dramatic drum. Oh, this is the sound of my people. Controlling the media. This is fascism. Detaining without due process. This is fascism. The left does that. The left controls the media. Remember all that stuff with social media and the Biden administration and working with media and come on now. Come on now. Controlling the media. They're referring to the Don Lemon thing, I imagine. Detaining without due process. Illegals don't really get due process. Rewriting history. Who's doing that? Who's rewriting history? Here's the drummer. Oh, that guy. He's so dedicated. Rejecting election results. Okay. These are all things that both sides have done. Both sides have done all these things. Punishing free speech. On a side note, man, this is dramatic, guys. I need you to understand that this is dramatic and it's very serious, and that's why their signs are all black, and it's like a funeral procession. That must be why the dramatic drum. Accusing others of crimes you commit, rampant cronyism and corruption, suppressing labor power, weakening separation of church and state, denying reality with constant lies, disdain for human rights, dismantling institutions of democracy, racial profiling against minorities. Is a shame it's so effective. Protecting corporate power, use of voter suppression, fear-mongering to gain power. It just goes on and on. I don't know if I can read all these. I'm getting a little sick to my stomach. Poor Americans. We have a choice. Call right. Protest. Vote. Use your voice.
We do.
There's nothing wrong with that sign. That's outstanding. Except it should read, our side only has a voice, because they believe that we don't, or we shouldn't. That's why they almost always try to silence. They don't debate, they try to silence. Let me mute this up here.
Sorry, this just reminded me of something. So earlier this week, I have done my best for the past couple of years to just sit quietly online. But earlier this week, one of my friends posted and just said, I didn't like the halftime show. And this other guy came in and just started bashing my friend and everybody in between about how we were racist and we were this and all he said was, I don't like the halftime show. But it turned into how we like seeing little girls get hurt and da 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 da. And I went back and forth with this guy 2 times. The first thing all I said was, maybe you shouldn't drink in Facebook, because this went on the night of the halftime show. This was like late at night that night. I was like, maybe you shouldn't drink in Facebook. And that's all I left it at. But I was just like, I'm like so irritated with people, specifically online, because it seems most people don't do it in person, but specifically online, just bashing anybody. If they even think, if it's the left mostly, and I'm just being factual with my pages, majority of the times it's the left who is assuming that no matter what the comment is, they're racist, they're bootlickers, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, him and I start going back and forth because I said something about him drinking. I just said you shouldn't drink in Facebook. And then he went back to how I support a fascist and he diddled children and how can you support that and da da da. And I went back and I just said, you don't even know who I voted for. You have no idea anything about me. All I suggested was that maybe you don't drink in Facebook. And then he just continued to do it. Went on for 3 days until Tuesday. He just continued to go in bah, 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 bah. When I got to the end of it, I was so irritated with this guy, not because of anything other than, again, from the comments that I made, he had no idea who I voted for. I wasn't disrespectful. I wasn't rude. I got to the end and I gave him the middle finger in my comments. And for me, that's not normal. But I was just like, oh my gosh. And I said, I'm not a fascist. I'm not in a cult. I'm not da da da. I said, if you would wake up and think for yourself, because he started getting on me about how vaccinations. He got into somehow we got on vaccinations over a fucking comment about the halftime show. I was just like, dude, back off. But my thing is, where I feel that is they feel like they're entitled to their opinion and everybody needs to know it, but you cannot have one. And that's when I got to the end. I said, get over yourself. And I gave him the middle finger because I was just like, you act like you're the only person in this world who has an opinion. I'm over it. I'm over it with all of yous out there who think that we can't have an opinion just because it's different than yours. Sorry, I got sidetracked by that. I just remember. And I feel bad. Afterwards, I felt bad. I was just like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have given him the finger. That wasn't good.
Pray on
I'm
it.
also like, you know what? I was very good for the past 2 months. I didn't call him any names or anything. I just said, get over yourself and gave him a middle finger. Did I pray? I did actually pray about it afterwards.
Chacarone, 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 chacarone.
Bad Bunny, right? Is that Bad Bunny? Oh,
Chacarone.
tricky AI got me again. That tricky AI. I'm too old for AI.
Oh, Kid Rack, you're gonna be in timeout too. Why? Because I'm not in the mood.
What happened?
You just said this channel protects pedophiles.
We
That's
do.
what I'm talking about where I'm just over it. It's so dumb.
Yeah,
And I don't know at this point, like our normal chat is normal. Hey guys over there, normal people, you're OGs. We love you over there. And the phone, the vertical one is, I don't even know if half of them are bots or if they're real people. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna mute people that are just spamming and stupid. Because that's what I want to do.
Why?
I
You
don't know,
hate
'cause it's-
people?
No.
You hate people?
No, but I'm starting to be able to tell which ones are bots. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's like I see some things and I'm like, oh, okay, this probably is not a real person. And I don't block them. I just mute them for a few minutes and they don't come back.
They're gonna all trigger now after this.
As Charlie Kirk was alive.
Big thank you to Republicans, conservatives, MAGA, independents.
I am not buying into what they're selling because after what we saw yesterday, I'm actually glad that they pulled that yesterday because people like me got to see an evilness there, got to see a diabolical side of the Democratic Party.
I just came here to announce my official divorce from the Democratic Party.
We're waking up.
I am so critical of the Democratic Party right now is because I literally just left it.
I am not going to vote Democrat anymore. I did leave the left because I was getting sick and tired of their behavior.
Going forward after today and seeing how liberals and leftists and Democrats are acting towards this, I am never voting Democrat again.
I just want to say, unfriend me. Seriously, unfriend me. I don't want any Democrats or liberals following me, or I don't want to be friends with them anymore.
Since leaving the Democratic Party, I no longer have an depressed mindset. I hold myself accountable for my actions. I'm closer to God.
I'm sorry, but I cannot be a part of a party that's doing that because that's not a party. That is a cult.
Oh, he would use the C word.
I've been a Democrat all my life. All my family been a Democrat all their life. And this BS shit with Charlie Kirk and everybody acting stupid and don't care about this man life and his family life. I'm done with you, motherfucker.
That's a beard right there.
Ask myself, which political party has made my life worse? It's not the Republican Party. Locally speaking, the Democrats have complete control, and they have nearly destroyed my family's livelihood. Okay.
Kind of put the nail in the coffin of me being a Democrat. I was slowly moving away from it anyway because I was noticing certain things.
That's tricky. That's not good. And there was this one. I told you about this one, Faith.
Yo, they straight up added the audio of cheers and applause to Bad Bunny's halftime performance. Listen, ready? Cheers. You hear them all in the background? Now watch this. Same clip from somebody's cell phone. No cheer. Weird. Yo, they straight up
It is kind of weird, isn't it? Not surprising.
added the audio of
weird.
cheers.
They have to make it look good. They have to make it like, oh, we didn't mess up.
Yeah, let me get to the lyrics. I'm gonna read some of these lyrics. Or should I sing them? Should I sing them, babe?
I don't know about that.
So I did a little research and got a translation of Bad Bunny's, the lyrics that he used at the Super Bowl. Here's some of the lyrics that he used at the Super Bowl. I'm going to have
to do it like this. I can't
do it in the regular thing. I just can't. So bear with me.
Sing him in Spanish.
I failed Spanish twice. So I won't be doing that. Bad Bunny lyrics at the family-friendly Super Bowl halftime show.
Auntie asked me if I have a lot of girlfriends. A lot of girlfriends. Today I have one. Tomorrow I'll have another. Hey, but there's no wedding. Auntie asked me if I have a lot of girlfriends. A lot of girlfriends. Today I have one. Tomorrow I'll have another. I'm gonna take them all to the VIP. What?
Keep going.
This is serious.
I mean,
I'm gonna take them all to the VIP. The VIP, hey! Say hello to Auntie. Let's take a selfie. Say cheese. Let the ones I already fucked smile. In VIP. A VIP corrupts our youth. Oh wait, I was just put
my own little notes there, how that corrupts our youth by promoting and glorifying casual sexual relationships. And let me get back to it here.
The one from Barcelona that came by plane and says that my dick is fire. I let them play with my heart.
Maybe that's an STD, that fire thing. Like if your D's on fire,
So-
could be problematic. Well, I'm not done yet, but you can go. Go ahead. We'll take a break. I can only take so much of that. So good, so amazing.
I don't know.
I
I don't know. It's all there's so much out there that is, like I said before, sexualized, and I get it. You know, when I was a teenager, I listened to Tupac and Biggie, and my mom hated it.
Yeah.
And now that I'm an adult, I realize why she hated it. So to me, this is not really much new as far as the sexualization or, talking about this, talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see if is there really a lawsuit going towards the FCC about what he said and where that goes?
Yeah, see if there's just search if there's an FCC probe into the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, I was going to say I've seen headlines saying there is one, but it's not too much, and I haven't looked further into it other than that. But
I mean, whenever you're done, I'm going to continue with my performance.
No, go ahead, continue. Can you continue in Spanish? That would be great.
I'm going to reach. Let me reach
Date. Let me reach date.
No.
Now I'm going to get back to this. Okay, ready?
All right.
My D is being chased, and I want you to hide it. Grab it like a bonga. She took a pill that made her horny. She fucks in the Audi, not in the Honda. If I give it to you, don't call me, 'cause this is not to make you love me. If your boyfriend doesn't, he better When she twerks, she doesn't stop. She smokes and gets horny. She'll call you if she needs you. But for now, she is alone. She twerks.
Jericho wants to know.
Can you catch an STD from a song?
Oh, that's the raunchy stuff. And the very end, he said, God bless America. It doesn't matter if it's Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Haiti, Antilles, the United States, Canada, and my motherland, my homeland, Puerto Rico. We're still here. To me, that's just kind of the natural push to globalism, but for just the Americas, like we're all, as if we're all the same land, but we're not. So it does matter. He says it doesn't matter if it is Chile or Argentina. It does matter. It does. It does. There's borders for a reason. Did you need an encore or anything? Did you want to rehear any of that beautiful poetry, babe?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure you don't want to hear about how my D's on fire, babe?
Oh,
Or maybe
not.
I can't even say that one again. Never mind. Yeah, it's not so much the lyrics, do whatever, but it's the situation, man. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl halftime show.
The one thing I thought was funny, I'm like, oh, that's a good point too. That I a couple clips from the inside the stadium when the people inside the stadium didn't see a whole lot of anything because all that green brush that they've like staged, that the whatever the stage, I guess if you want to call it that, they couldn't see anything when they were actually in the stadium.
Yeah, it wasn't for those people that paid thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to sit there. That show wasn't for them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, my gosh, if I would have paid all that money to fly there, get a hotel, the expensive ticket, I think I would have wanted to see that also a performance. Like, yeah, the game's on and the halftime show is usually good too, but it was like they were looking around like they couldn't see anything.
I think our schools might be the problem.
When the founding fathers made this great country, I'm going to stop you right there. The founding fathers owned slaves. The founding fathers had less access to education than a modern day 12-year-old. They don't know anything. I don't care.
One of the founding fathers wrote, I think they said it was a grade 84 level. Like it was ridiculous what level they wrote at.
Fathers had less access to education than a modern day 12-year-old. They don't know anything. I don't care what they wanted. I don't care what they think. It's unconstitutional. I should hope so. The Constitution was written by people who didn't think women should vote. The Constitution was written by people who had 15-year-old wives dying in childbirth frequently. The Constitution was written by people who had little cartoon Elmer Fudd shotguns, not automatic war machines capable of ripping down 100 children in a minute and have.
The problem for me is the smugness. The left has been trained, and it does it on both sides, but they're trained to believe that they're so right. It's just 100% right. I'm so right. You are so stupid for not believing what I believe. You are so dumb for not believing what I believe.
That is exactly what I mean by the comment that I was talking about the other day with this guy.
Mhm.
It was just, you're an idiot and da 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 da. And I wasn't pointing out any facts or anything other than, hey, you don't know who I voted for. Chill out. And he just went into, you're a Trump MAGA, you're bootlicker, blah, blah, blah. It was so ridiculous. And that's what seems to be happening online. And it's more online because, you're keyboard warriors and whatnot, but it's not right. I didn't say anything bad. You didn't say anything bad. Like, people can't seem to laugh about things anymore. It's all politics. Everything has turned into politics. It's obnoxious. The government is not going to save us, to all of you listening. They are not here to save us. They're not going to save us. Stop hating on each other.
The reason they do that is so they can dismiss you. They put you in a group instantly, as fast as they can. As soon as you get involved with a leftist, usually that's my interaction, so that's what I'm talking about. But as soon as you get involved with a leftist arguing about something and they realize you might know a little bit about what you're talking about, you have to be insulted so that then they can dismiss you. It's more so that their mind can dismiss you. If they assign you to a racist group, or they make you attach you to some pedophile protector thing or whatever, then they can say, I'm not going to listen to that guy because he is in this group. But they assigned you that group, right? You're not actually in that group. You might be a totally reasonable person, but because you believe one thing, they assign you a Nazi tag, and now they don't have to listen to you, because if they do, they might. That's the point, is the right wants us to listen to the other side, but the left doesn't want to listen to the other side. It seems like there's people on the right that don't want to listen either. It's not just a party thing. But let me finish out this genius's comments here.
Will again. The whole point is to change. The whole point is to progressively make better decisions so we do not repeat the atrocities of our ancestors. If I was born at any other time in American history, I would have been burned at the stake or lobotomized. And we think the people doing that are the ones who know what should be going on today. We don't want to listen to the people who cured tuberculosis or decided, hey, maybe we shouldn't put lead in house paint. You are actively repeating the atrocities of your ancestors. You're doing it on purpose.
Oh my gosh.
I don't care about the founding.
The mental torture that these people are under. All worked up over what? Over a bunch of things. Half the stuff she says is not even true. But she believes it. And if you try to tell her any different, you're going to be assigned a group label.
I don't care about the founding fathers.
That's the problem. That's a lot of the problem.
When the founding fathers make
that way, that's a lot of the problem. To me, this is a little bit heartbreaking, but we're going to watch it anyway, because this is the liberal mind virus. Ready?
This is my voice, 1 hour pre-testosterone. This is my voice, 3 weeks on testosterone. This is my voice, 6 weeks on testosterone.
I waited way too long for this because my voice has dropped like 4 times since the last time I did this. But my name is Robin Ingersoll, and this is my voice almost 4 months. Or is it over 4 months?
That is
Hold on.
a child.
Yeah, almost 4 months on testosterone. Holy shit. My name is Robin Ingersoll, and I'm officially 6 months on testosterone.
So
this is my voice, 8 months on testosterone.
Like the parents should be slapped across the face and more, but let's just start with that.
I'm officially 10 months on testosterone. Wow.
You'll never be a man.
This is my voice, 1 year on testosterone. So it's been a minute. And I just realized I haven't done anything with these. So, hey y'all. My name is Robin Ingersoll, and this is my voice. 3 years on testosterone.
You'll never be a man. That's the thing. You're never going to be a man. All you're going to be is a mutilated woman. I don't understand how parents
show
can
that
put their
child, and I don't know, maybe they won't regret it, but show that child in, I don't know, 10 years, out of high school, not in the middle of all of this peer pressure and whatnot. Are they still gonna still going to have wanted to have done? Are they going to regret it? I don't know. Seems most of them do or will, I would assume. But maybe, I don't know. I'm assuming. But that's a child. That first one, I was just like, oh my gosh, that is a child. I cannot believe that the parents are like, oh, okay, come on, let's go to the doctor. Let's go get, and I can't believe that the doctors are saying, yeah, here, try this. Instead of going, hey, no, we're not going to do that. You're too young. Maybe you should see a therapist, yada, yada, yada.
Right. I'm glad that's on its way out now, finally. Finally. It's about time. We got Attorney General of Minnesota, Keith Ellison, getting reamed by Representative Johnson for exploiting the deaths of anti-ICE agitators. Good and petty, or pretty. Pretty, I guess. Pretty's probably how you say that.
Exact opposite. And 2 people are dead because you encourage them to put themselves into harm's way. And now you're exploiting those 2 martyrs. That was a tragedy. It never should have happened. Now, we can investigate, but I can't imagine being a law enforcement official where I know my colleagues have been shot at, their vehicles rammed, that their trained activists deployed. And by the way, we know at least one of those activists had a semi-automatic pistol with extra clips. So now you're an ICE officer. You're doing enforcement action. You've got a team behind you trying to protect you. You've got all these trained activists behind you. Is it any wonder they're at hair trigger alert? A tragedy was going to happen, and you encouraged it. And you ought to feel damn guilty about it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So, is it just like another? Like, I'm sick of strongly worded letters.
And 2 people are dead.
This one's just in spoken form. So, like, you're yelling at them and everything, but can we get some action? I don't know. Are we ever going to see any action?
That's where I'm at with Pam Bondi.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, she's going to come in. Now let's see. Okay, let's see what she does. And it seems like she's not doing anything. None of them, I don't know. Like I said, if you guys are new here, hey, I follow some politics and I'm awake, but I don't dive into every story, put it that way. So when I saw her yesterday, the day before, I watched it for, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. And it was like every question she was asked, she kind of deflected. She didn't answer the question. She turned it into something else. And it's just like, ugh, what are we doing here?
Sick of the games.
Yeah.
Really sick of the games. What a smile. What a smile that dude has. Sorry, doing some side work here. I got all kinds of stuff going on. Okay, it's not just about you, Faith. All right?
Angry. Go out, buy a gun. It's okay to be angry.
Get out of my face now!
If you try to stop me from going into a woman's bathroom,
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
be the last mistake you ever make.
It is ma'am.
Find that anger.
Just with those
people. Hey!
What's wrong?
I said mentally unwell.
How dare you speak about me that way?
Harness it to do good in the world. This anger,
You're done, man. We can just make a fucking batch and say that some of us well.
anger is probably my primary source of motivation.
You want to call me Fergie? The thing is, you don't have to leave. You will lose everything.
For everything that I do.
Cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
I'll fuck you up.
It was a call to action or a call to arms.
It's sorry, man.
Don't be afraid to show your anger.
Sick. Can a movement be built on anger? Achieve anything good? Damn good point there. Kid Rock didn't lip sync in English during what? Kid Rock didn't lip sync in English during half his pre-recorded halftime show. He said ba da ba da da dang dang digga ba ba whatever. Okay. I don't know how to say that one. Where'd the other one go? I had highlighted here. I had one highlighted here. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you go. He said it like 7 times. It's funny people saying they couldn't understand Bad Bunny is praising Kid Rock. I think you just like typing ba da ba da ba dang a dang digga digga said the boogie and up jump the boogie sabad with the bang. I'm not sure that's exactly how it goes. I want to check those lyrics. Was it funny people saying they couldn't understand? They couldn't understand because it wasn't in English, and you clearly understood what he was saying.
There you go. That's a good point, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, this has been going on forever. So you not understand. I mean, some of this rock music that even back from 20 years ago, you couldn't understand what they were saying. So, like, I don't take so much offense. I'm not offended by it, but I don't take so much offense to that. Whatever the halftime part of that part.
It's interesting.
No, I'm sorry. What I was going to finish with. I listen to a lot of music that I didn't understand a lot of the lyrics. So I don't take too much offense to that part of it. I like the beat. I might have liked the beat or whatever. But then once I started to get older and pay attention to the lyrics, that's when I started to go, I'm not listening to this, even if I like the sound of it. So like Ball with the Ball. I saw Kid Rock back in that tour, that very first
That means
tour,
you support pedophilia.
right? I saw him when I was that young and that song was popular. I've lost track of him since then. Even though he supports Trump, I've lost track of him. I don't know what he really does anymore. But I just tuned to his show because I knew more of the artists and I liked that music better, and that's what I watched. But it wasn't this big, like, ooh, didn't have to be some big thing. I just don't understand why everybody, like I said, it wasn't until like Tuesday or maybe might have been Wednesday morning before I saw like a news channel comment on the actual game, not the halftime show. And I was just like, why are we so obsessed with this halftime show? It's stupid.
What voting rights is
It's funny how simple questions based on logic can always destroy the left, destroys their narratives. And on a show like this, she can't just assign him a label and then walk away from the conversation. She's stuck there.
what voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at
the SAVE Act?
the SAVE Act,
Are
that's
you
exactly
talking
what we're
SAVE Act?
talking about. That is actually going to continue to
How?
disenfranchise
How?
overwhelmingly a lot of people of color.
How?
There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called
How?
it Jim Crow 2.0.
So,
this is the same president.
how?
If we want to
How?
You
continue,
haven't said how yet.
I am talking about it. It's
How?
the way that you're putting new poll taxes on this when you're making
Poll
people
taxes?
have. That's what we can call them now. It's kind of an idiom, right? If you want to say that people have to prove that they are citizens, that they have to prove with a voter ID, the reality is you're layering what is a constitutional right for the American people and making it harder for people to vote in this country, and it's going to disenfranchise black voters.
Concern you that you're making all these claims? You've yet to lay out how it's hurting anyone, but 76% of black voters think we should show an ID to vote.
Yeah, how do you 76% of black voters think we should show an ID to vote, but you have liberal white people out there trying to convince black people that it's racist? How do you do that? It's racist, but 76% of them want it.
I don't understand why it's racist to show ID. It's
'Cause
not
black
racist to
people
show
can't-
ID if I want to buy cigarettes or if I want to buy alcohol or if I buy
babe.
anything else. So
All
how
right.
is this? I don't understand how
Hang
this
on,
is
hang
racist.
on. Just everybody else tune out real quick. Let me explain this to Faith real quick. Everybody else stop listening.
All right, go.
All right, say your question again so I can get it set up here.
How is it racist
Okay.
to have to show ID? I don't, and even saying that women can't vote now because they have to show ID. And I get what they're saying that, for instance, I'm married, so my birth certificate says a different name than my driver's license right now.
Okay.
For instance, but I can buy.
You could be
cigarettes
deported for that.
and
They should deport you.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
They're just deporting people.
well then.
Didn't you hear? They're just
I just don't
grabbing people.
understand why people disagree with this showing ID.
Okay, let me explain to you. Ready? All right. Everybody else tune out real quick. All right, Faith, you there?
Mhm.
All right. Because black people can't get an ID.
Yes, they can.
No, they said they couldn't because they don't live close enough to a Kinko's. That's what
Oh, that was back. I remember
Kamala
that.
said that.
Yes, I
They don't
remember
live
that.
close enough to a Kinko's to. Do you think that's wrong?
Yeah, I think that's wrong. I think that's messed up.
Why is it wrong?
Because it's not right. 'Cause she doesn't know where anybody lives, first of all, and it could be a white person, it could be a black person, it could be Mexican, it could be anybody that lives far from a Kinko's. That's dumb.
Unbelievable. And they don't know where to get a driver's license. They don't have IDs, babe. They don't know how to use computers. It's a whole bunch. It's a whole big thing.
Seems like it's a big excuse. I don't know. I don't have any problem with showing my ID. And the thing that I saw was like with this new SAVE Act, when you register to vote, you'll have to prove citizenship. To me, that's fair enough. If somebody's coming here to get away from whatever they're in, that doesn't mean that they're staying here. So personally, I think they shouldn't be voting in our elections. They may not stay here. They might be here for a little bit and then leave again. So they shouldn't be voting in our elections. Now, if they've taken the time to become a citizen, they live here, they work, whatever, they're a U.S. citizen, then they should vote. So I don't see the problem with asking for ID when it's time to vote.
Well,
It
maybe
seems-
let Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, tell you. Okay.
All right.
Black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges. Young Black kids.
How come you didn't laugh at that? I can't believe
Sorry.
you didn't laugh at that. Unbelievable. Are you even watching?
No, I wasn't watching that one.
Gosh, man. Well, forget it now. Jeez. I don't even why I try. I don't even know why I bother. Let me finish this one, I guess. I don't know what's the point. You're not even going to watch.
80% of Hispanic voters, 83% of the American people. Are you saying that black voters
The
are
SAVE
too
Act
dumb to
isn't
know
just,
what's good for them? I
the
mean, it
SAVE Act
sounds
isn't
pretty,
just about.
it sounds pretty condescending
just
to me.
the SAVE Act
You
is
get
not
three-quarters
just
of black
about
voters
IDs.
That is not
who want
right.
voter ID.
But
To
that's
be
not-
clear, the SAVE Act
that's
is
your
not
putting words
just
in my
about
mouth.
ideas. The SAVE Act is about
So what?
proof of citizenship.
So what?
So it doesn't. I actually. I
It
mean,
also makes
we
it very
talked-
hard for
we
women.
talked
Everybody
about
melt
this.
down here in a
I
minute.
was just going to say, we
This is
talked
all
about
young
this
people,
before.
By the way,
poor
It's not.
voters.
It actually, there's an argument to be made that red state voters, women, poor white voters could be just as.
I know you think they're dumb too, don't you?
Young
I mean, that's the
voters.
thing.
Nobody
I
thinks
hear these
dumb.
arguments. I've
Scott,
heard
hold on,
Democrats all
hold on,
week long.
Scott.
No,
Please don't. No. You listen.
There's a deflection from talking about Donald Trump's racism.
I'm actually
right
talking.
there.
You should be thinking about your constituents or your
yeah, I think
your,
they're smart enough to figure out how to
colleagues in
register to vote.
Kentucky. Hold on. Most Americans don't have a passport. Many Americans don't have access to their birth certificate.
Oh.
Many
Are
women,
you
a
gonna be okay?
majority of women
Yeah.
who change their names for marriage
listen,
have to provide additional proof
all
that
week
they've
long,
changed their
all
legal
week long,
names.
Are you going to be able to do that, ma'am? Are you going to be able to vote?
Not
I
according
think
to
you
them.
just covered it, right? Did you just say that?
According to them, I will not be able to vote. I should be scared and not agree with it. But no, I'm fine with it. And if I have to go through probably 20 minutes of headache or possibly a couple hours of the DMV to be able to cast my vote, then I'm going to. Because I want to vote. And there's so many other things that I have headaches with that I'm just like, well, it sucks. It's another headache. But I think it's better for the country if we have U.S. citizens voting. So I'm fine with it.
Birth certificate, marriage license. Pass the SAVE Act, dummies.
Pretty much. That's what I'm saying.
Birth certificate, marriage license. Pass the SAVE Act, dummies.
All right. It's racist now or something.
That's what I think is messed up, is they make it seem like people are stupid. Like you said, they don't live near a Kinko's, or that they're incapable of getting to what they need done. And yes, it might be inconvenient. Maybe not everybody has a vehicle, but that doesn't mean we should pander the whole country because of a couple people that might take an extra month or two to get there because they don't have a vehicle.
Maybe women shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Oh yeah, you think that?
I didn't say I thought that. I just said I just floating ideas out there. That's all. I'm just being a thinker, because I'm a thinker, babe. I'm a think. Rob Schneider's a thinker too, and I want to see what you have to say about what he says. Okay. Remember, this is Rob Schneider saying this, not your dear husband. All right. All right. I need an agreement before I play it.
Women obviously have a higher capacity for empathy than men. But that empathy could be manipulated into giving empathy for people who don't deserve it. And that's a problem. And they can be manipulated into doing things that are not in their best interest. And that's why, Greg, I want our audience to consider amending the 19th Amendment.
Really?
Now I'm not saying, no, whoa, women, I'm not saying I don't want you to vote. I'm just saying not for the important stuff.
Yeah.
No, but let me hear me out. No. You can still vote. No. There's plenty of, ladies, there's plenty of things for you to still vote for. America's Got Talent, Dancing with the Stars, the school board, Employee of the Month at Whole Foods. There's plenty for you to still get excited about and vote. I'm just saying, for the big stuff, leave it to the less suicidal, empathetic humans, men.
I can agree with that to an extent, as far as we definitely are more emotional thinkers. And if you don't, I don't know if I want to say believe everything that you read, but if you don't look further into a lot of these news headlines and whatnot, then you might vote just on emotions. And I think that is an issue, but I don't think that men are excluded from that either, especially these days. Men seem way different than they were before. I'll just leave it there.
Wait. What?
I think that a lot of men are much softer now, and they're much more emotional thinkers versus back my grandparents and whatnot, who were just like men. So I'm just saying that I think men can be that way too.
So you're saying men are better? Okay. I got you. I mean, who might argue? No human is illegal. We live on stolen land. Children belong in school. The government is lying. Leave our students alone. Her shirt says, teaching is political. Teaching is rebellion. Teaching is advocacy, disruption, activism, and resistance. Did you know that? That teaching is advocacy, and that it was activism, and that it was resistance? I'd start with the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s and the here's your report card, and you go home thinking your teacher lives at the school.
Here's the thing. That's what I was going to say. The teachers, I love teachers. I do. I don't like teachers that bring politics into the classroom. That's the only thing. They do teach to be respectful, and they teach to be love and, to be kind to one another and whatnot. But it doesn't need to get into politics. You be kind to that person because they're a human. Doesn't have to be, I'm gay. We have to be nice to them because they're gay. Like that church.
Yeah.
We don't need all of that. You be nice to somebody because you're nice to people, and that's what it needs to be.
So you don't think teaching is disruption?
No.
And you don't think it's activism?
No.
And you don't think it's political?
It shouldn't be.
So her shirt's just stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like a you problem.
Oh, you problem.
So one way that we can help prevent another burst.
What's with these glasses? Did you notice this?
It's what's in style, man.
There seems to be all these liberals that wear them. The style where they kind of go up on the corner a little bit.
Of concerning behaviors for all of our students everywhere is speaking out against what is happening in Minnesota, against ICE in our schools and in our communities, causing mass
ICE isn't in your schools. They keep saying that. They're not in your schools.
trauma for our entire school system, for our entire community, for all of our students.
It injects fear. You know, the teachers should be ashamed of themselves. Most of these teachers out here pushing this garbage, because of their propaganda and their beliefs, their whatever, they put fear into these kids. These kids don't fear ICE agents. They don't fear people in police uniforms and things like that. They fear them because they're taught to. This society is effed. A reporter asked filmmaker Nikolai Arsel, quote, "Why is your new Danish movie, quote, The Promised Land, entirely Nordic? It lacks the black people. It lacks diversity."
This is a cast and a Danish production, which is entirely Nordic. It therefore has some lack of diversity, you would say, as also new rules are implied in Hollywood.
What are you on to?
Yeah, sorry, but
From the
it's,
get-go.
From the get-go, there is some. Okay.
Well, first of all, the film takes place in Denmark in the 1750s.
Right? It takes place in Denmark in the 1750s. There weren't any black people there. But they're mad because there's not more black people there. I just don't understand it. It's like the fear that I was talking about that they instill in these kids.
My principal says that we're not normal. That me and my friends are human beings because
No one says that you aren't human beings. No one says that except your parents tell you that they say that. No one says that. Of course you're a human being. You're just a confused human being. That's all. You're not an evil human being or any of that stuff. Just a confused one. That's it.
we wear different clothes and we have different pronouns. Everyone is normal. There's nothing that isn't normal about us. My principal.
Was it like this? Why does this kid think he's trans anyway, or gay, or whatever he thinks he is? This kid looks to be like 12, 11.
Why is the principal talking to him about that?
Yeah, that as well. That as well. I imagine he probably said something about their behavior is not normal. I'm not making excuses for the principal. I'm just trying to put myself into that position and wonder what I would have said that might make him do that. And I would have said something about the behavior might not be normal or something like that. And then they take it that way. Who knows? We shouldn't have kids crying and speaking at meetings about that kind of stuff.
Be popular.
Oh, elections. He doesn't know what to say here.
But requiring basic ID in order to vote is really popular. A Pew poll from a few months ago showed 83% of Americans, including 71% of your fellow Democrats, support requiring an ID to vote. Why are they wrong?
I haven't said that they're wrong. We know that states are the ones who are empowered to conduct elections, and every state should be allowed to decide the best way to proceed to ensure that there's a free and fair election. Here in New York, there are, in fact, voter identification requirements. The question is that what Republicans are trying to do is to engage in clear and blatant voter suppression. They know that if there's a free and fair election in November, they're going to lose. In fact, Republicans have been losing every single election since Donald Trump was sworn in January of last year.
You know what? We should probably laugh a little bit before we... Because tomorrow's Friday. Enough of this serious garbage, right?
All it is you said this and you said this. And you don't agree with this. And you don't agree with it. It's I don't know. All for attention. Yes, TV Green.
Yep. Clicks, likes, and attention. This guy, they said that his boss couldn't skip.
This is a good one. I love this guy.
Oh, yeah, dang it. Now they're going to get me for the music. Blah, blah, blah.
Mute it. Mute it.
Yeah, but then you don't get to hear him laughing.
but they'll get the idea. What did I try to skip?
Yeah.
If you have not, ever since when I saw this, I was like, I don't remember if I know how to skip either.
Really?
Yeah. I was cracking up. Because it is like you do it when you're little, you do it all the time.
Yeah.
Skipping wherever. And I was like, I could see that. You're like, wait, I gotta get my feet right.
That's
Hold
just
on a
funny.
second. This cracks me up.
Oh.
I can't scale. I walk.
Oh. Yeah, it's easy to forget I always talk about communication, and we just need to talk to each other so we can remember that we're just humans. We're not that with.
Oh, we love mocking middle America, don't we?
There we
That's
go.
that's what I'm saying about how everything seems to turn to politics now. Everything. Can we stop doing that? Can we just be humans again?
Oh, we love mocking middle America, don't we, New York? Don't we? They're so fucking stupid, aren't they? They also grow all your food, don't they, you little fuckers, don't they? You little soft-handed liberal scum. You'd bleed if you looked at a shovel, you little cunts, wouldn't you? You don't do a single useful thing for the planet, you little fuckers. Isn't that true? You'd die in a day without Republicans, wouldn't you? Yeah. You can't eat a podcast, can you? Yeah.
You can't eat a
No
podcast.
protein in slam poetry, is there? Yeah. That's what I hate about New York. People think they're so tough here. It's so annoying. They're like, you can make it in New York. You can make it anywhere. Nah, you die in a day on my uncle's farm, man. He doesn't have clean drinking water, sriracha, or feminism, right? Well, he has sriracha. He calls it Chinaman ketchup.
Oh. Oh. Racism used to be funny. We used to be able to make jokes about that stuff. Make it. No, maybe not. You don't want to make a manga thing about that. That's not good. What are you thinking? What are you doing out there? Unbelievable. Babe.
Yep.
Don't you have like a super funny story or something you could tell?
I mean, it's not. So yesterday I went down to pick up my kid from school or from work. I mean, I didn't even say anything yet.
Oh.
Shut up.
Went down to pick up my kid from work. It was like 10 last night. I was in my slippers. Yada yada yada. Went to get ready for him to pick him up, and I down there waiting, and I looked down and I had two different shoes on.
Should I show the picture?
It
man?
wasn't
Want me to show the
super, I mean,
picture?
you can. It wasn't super exciting, but I was pretty entertained by it. I was like, why is my one foot feel cold? Weird. Because I left the house and changed one shoe and didn't change the other one into a shoe.
Oh, that happens a lot. A lot more than we care to admit.
Yeah. I didn't have a whole lot this week, though. Nothing super exciting, I don't think.
What?
I said I didn't have a whole lot this week. Nothing super exciting.
Yeah. If I go on tomorrow morning, it's going to be one of those. I don't know if I'm doing that. I usually don't go on Friday mornings because Thursday night I'm just beat after all this. It's a lot. It's a lot. I've been doing this show for like 4 years now, right? Like 4 years. It's amazing. Isn't that amazing? I don't know. Maybe not.
What's coming up in 4 years?
What do you always say, Faith? You get to say it today.
Smile at a stranger.
At any
They
stranger?
might smile back. Hold the door open. Say thank you. Say please. All the basic things you learned in first grade.
Oh, that's nice. And I always say pray for your enemies because it benefits you as much as it does them. Maybe more you. And if there's someone that you thought of when I said that, you're like, oh, I can't pray for that guy. Man, you got to pray for that specific person. Somebody in the chat the other day, I said that when I was getting off, and they were one of the haters or whatever. And they're like, oh, I'm going to pray for you. I'm like, cool. Thanks. Like, is that supposed to be an insult? I want you to pray for me. That would be amazing. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Check out the website, MagAmericans.com, for links and info. And we will see you here sharp at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Have a great night, guys. Have a great Friday.